It's time now for some hardcore action here at Desert Armageddon, as we're about to get started with this next match to determine who will become the first ever MWE Hardcore Champion. Yes, indeed. Coming down to the ring is Roxy Darkhearts, the most trustworthy, loyal slave in Roxy's dungeon. I'm talking about the Tokyo Riddler, Kenji Fujimoto. Now, on the first episode of MWE, he defeated the debuting wrestler, the hardcore novice Eddie Vegas. But on the last MWE show, the tables had turned in a rematch when Eddie Vegas defeated Kenji Fujimoto. Now in this very match, not only will we decide who is more hardcore in MWE, but who will become MWE Hardcore Champion. Only way to find out is to watch this very match. And coming down to the ring is the man that finally defeated Kenji Fujimoto in the last MWE show. I'm talking about the hardcore novice, the one who has the Singapore cane and jugging down a cold one. I'm talking about the hardcore novice, Eddie Vegas. Crowd is definitely loving this guy, that's for sure. But anyway, yes, like I said before, Eddie Vegas defeated Kenji Fujimoto in the last MWE show. And now, today here at Desert Armageddon, he has a chance of making history and becoming the first ever MWE Hardcore Champion. But in order for that reality to happen, he must defeat, once again, the Tokyo Riddler, Kenji Fujimoto, who is representing Roxy Slaves. And speaking of Roxy Darkheart, she's not able to make it here in Iraq due to religious reasons, or the fact that she doesn't like Iraq, or doesn't like to travel abroad, only if needed, only if necessary, you know what I mean? Anyway, Eddie's ready, Kenji's ready, we're ready. And here's the very belt these two are going to be fighting for in this very match. MWE Hardcore Championship belt. This is going to be a great hardcore match. Finally the bell sounds. Guess there's a botch there. Anyway, Eddie goes for a kick, puts in those punches, puts in another kick, more punches, more kicks, and a leg drop, a jumping leg drop. Man, Eddie Vegas already putting in work in this match, in this hardcore match. And now Eddie Vegas tries to him the outside of the ring, but Kenji counters. Now Eddie counters. Eddie with a bulldog to Kenji. This is gonna be a great match to behold. Anyway, Irish whip. Oh man, accidentally clotheslines the referee. Another jumping leg drop by Eddie Vegas. This is a hardcore match, so if the referee gets hurt, it's his fault. Anyway, Kenji on the attack. And now Eddie Vegas with a European uppercut to Kenji Fujimoto. A low blow by Kenji. Yeah, Kenji is one ruthless joker you don't want to mess with. Eddie can be ruthless too, putting in those chops. Another jumping leg drop. Eddie Vegas does not play with that springboard moonsault. Tries to go for a back grapple, but Kenji fights. And now Kenji with the kick. Kenji grapples, and now he's dragging him to the ropes. About to use the ropes to hurt Eddie Vegas' groin, but Eddie Vegas was able to counter it with a clothesline. Eddie Vegas is definitely with another springboard attack on Kenji Fujimoto. Kenji with the multiple leg drops. I guess Kenji likes to do moves like this. And so does Kenji Fujimoto, who likes to do moves involving jawbreakers. Tries to go for another back grapple but gets countered. Eddie Vegas with a backdrop. Eddie Vegas really wants to win this title. And so does Kenji. Dang, that's a lot of running for one dude. Anyway, Kenji putting in those kicks. Tries to go for another grapple, but gets countered again by Eddie Vegas. Another Irish whip. Another grapple attempt reversed. Eddie Vegas fighting off Kenji. And with gusto, clotheslines Kenji Fujimoto. Once again stomping at Kenji Fujimoto. Another Irish whip. Eddie Vegas finally sends him to the outside of the ring. Eddie Vegas! With an outside dive on Kenji Fujimoto. And now he grabs the sledgehammer. Uses the sledgehammer, cracking the ribs of Kenji Fujimoto. Using that sledgehammer with no problem whatsoever. Now what's he doing? He must be getting the barbed wire. I mean, the 2x4 with barbed wire wrapped around it. Using it to rake the head of Kenji Fujimoto. Once again using it on Kenji Fujimoto. This is hardcore, and this is MWE Desert Armageddon. Eddie Vegas with a pile driver onto the hard concrete floor. The troops here in Iraq are loving this very match. And now he's got a steel chair. Eddie Vegas. Dang, missed that one. And missed again, but he didn't miss that time. And what's he doing? He's banging himself on the head over and over again. And he's bleeding. This must be the hardcore resurrection. Eddie Vegas. With an Arabian facebuster with that chair. More multiple leg drops. And what's he doing now? Going up on top. Diving elbow. Diving elbow. Ooh, man, poked to the eyes by Kenji Fujimoto. Anyway, we will be right back with this hardcore match. Do not go anywhere, because if you do, you're an idiot.